Okay, so a triangle has three sides, so each side is going to have a perpendicular bisector. So RM is a perpendicular bisector of side PN because it goes through the midpoint R and makes a right angle with the side. So these RM, SM, and TM are all perpendicular bisectors. And if you notice, they all intersect at a common point. They all intersect at point M. So these three perpendicular bisectors are said to be concurrent. Concurrent, that's just a fancy vocab word to say that they intersect at one point. They all are going to meet. So that's a cool thing about triangles. In every triangle, if you find all three perpendicular bisectors, they're going to intersect at a common point, and that point is called the circumcenter. Circumcenter. So point M is the circumcenter of this triangle. It's the point of intersection of the three perpendicular bisectors. The special property about the circumcenter is that it's equidistant from the vertices of the triangle. So the distance from the circumcenter to each vertex, and remember the vertex, a vertex is a corner of your triangle, so a triangle has three vertices. The distance from the circumcenter to each vertex is going to be the same. So from M to P will be the same as from M to N, which will be the same as from M to Q. So segment MP is congruent to segment MN, which is congruent to segment NQ. The distance from your circumcenter to each of the three vertices will be the same. So in this example, it tells us that segment HD, JD, and KD are all perpendicular bisectors. And we just learned that the perpendicular bisectors intersect at a point called the circumcenter. So point D, where those three perpendicular bisectors intersect, that's our circumcenter. So D is the circumcenter. And we just learned that the circumcenter is equidistant to the vertices. So from D to E is going to be the same distance as from D to F, which is going to be the same distance as from D to G. Those are going to be congruent. So we know that the distance from D to F is 19. So that means that the distance from D to E is going to be 19. And the distance from D to G is going to be 19. So from D to G is 19, and from D to E is 19, because your circumcenter is equidistant to the vertices. Now, we know that HD is a perpendicular bisector. So for this to be a perpendicular bisector, that means that it's bisecting this side, FE. H has to be the midpoint of that side. So if HF is 16, that means HE has to be congruent to HF, so HE also has to be 16. Same thing over here. If DJ is a perpendicular bisector, that means that J is the midpoint of that side. JG is 15, so FJ is also going to be 15, so FJ is 15. And then finally, if DK is a perpendicular bisector, that means that K is the midpoint of that side. KG is 17, and KG is going to be congruent to EK, so EK is also going to be 17.